So we
lots
got
going
some
on
more
in the
some
news today.
bottom buns. So, did you watch the freaks this weekend?
Nope.
From UK.
Mm.
Main event was a fucking turd. Dude
I
goes in, throws a one leg kick. Falls. Didn't even break his shit.
he fell from his own kick?
And that was the end of the fight. And then Curtis Blades
Oh.
acts like he won and shit, like he did something
Like
special.
he's a hero?
He's like, I don't want to even give him a rematch. I'm not risking my ranking. It's like,
you didn't do anything.
He didn't even check the fucking kick, bro. He didn't even check the kick. He just landed the kick bad. So the highlight of the night was really Paddy and Molly. They both did the best. Paddy Pimblett and Molly McKinnon. She got a spinning back elbow, then just unloaded on the girl, lit her up.
Really?
Paddy ended up working this dude, got him in a rear naked choke, and then did a fucking teabag Call of Duty style on him afterwards.
He didn't.
Yeah.
Wait,
You gotta find that first.
Yeah,
Can
you bring that up? Can you find the
just put
teabag?
Paddy the baddie
Teabag. Yeah.
Or just put Paddy teabag.
Paddy teabag. That
Paddy
shit makes the
teabag.
nudes every time.
Yep, teabag celebration. He said he was gonna twerk on and teabag him, and
he did.
He sure did.
Of course, nobody can show the footage because the UFC is so freaking anal about. There we go. About pulling their shit
UFC
down.
sucks. Like it's ours.
It's ours.
The Call of Duty players.
The COD players are. What did it say?
He puts his hands over, just like drops the ass at him. This young teabag. Right on top of him.
Oh man! Did he shake his hand after?
Yeah,
like,
he still shook his hand.
bro.
They were all cool afterwards. But so the reason I didn't bring this up is a good reason. I've been preaching this for a while. Mental health shit, man. I talk about it nonstop. The brain is so fucking powerful, man. It can make you or break you. You know what I'm saying? It's every issue we have in the world, I feel like, stems from mental shit. Like, doesn't matter what it is.
No matter what your problem is, 80% of it's up here, man.
Straight up, because even if it's somebody else fucking with you, it's their brain. It's always somebody's brain. You know what I'm saying? But so Paddy afterwards broke down in the post fight. If you want to play that one, Wink, if you scroll down, I think they got it on there. So his mate ended up taking his life not too long ago, and he's going to his funeral, I believe, this next weekend. And he was just kind of, preaching how just hear him out. It'd be a tough one, man. You got to fight, and one of your good friends just passed away.
I want to dedicate this fight to little baby Lee, little warrior. Like, more of a fighter than any of us will ever be. But also, I woke up on Friday morning at 4 a.m. to a message that one of my friends back home had killed himself. This was 5 hours before me weigh-in. So Ricky, lad, that's for you. But there's a stigma in this world that men can't talk. Listen, if you're a man and you've got weight on your shoulders and you think the only way you can solve this by killing yourself, please speak to someone. Speak to anyone. People would rather, I know I'd rather me mate cry on my shoulder than go to his funeral next week. So please, let's get rid of this stigma and men start talking.
Amen.
See, it's too many insecure motherfucking dudes, and usually it's perpetuated ignorance because their dad was Mr. Tough Guy, the people around them Mr. Tough Guy, or they're really pussies and they think they need to act tough. But like, I was that way, man, when I was young. I was insecure as fuck. I had a lot of shit going on when I was young. Was out of shape, fucking was a piece of shit, in my opinion. And I was mean, and I never wanted to talk about the issues. I was just unhappy. My life wasn't good. I probably should have gone to therapy. And instead, I was fucking beating people up who didn't deserve it. And then fast forward to now, like, even with a breakup with my kid's mom, like, I was going to therapy for a while. Like, you need to talk to somebody about it. And I don't want to talk, like, bother people with it. How many times I bother you with when I'm like, man, it's pissing me off, bro. Like, every time we're doing a stream, I vent for 30 minutes beforehand, but never like how I'm really feeling. I don't feel like I want to talk, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't want to bother people with that shit. So you need to get out there and communicate. You gotta, if it isn't your friends, go to a fucking therapist. Even Medicaid covers it. Blue Cross Blue Shield, you got to pay like fucking $20, but it's not too bad. If you got paid insurance, you have to pay more for it. If you got free insurance, you got,
and you know what?
It's free.
We covered this. There's plenty of places that you can go for help too. There's that 988 hotline, and of course, Logic's got you covered with such a great song with the one, the old number. But the thing is I think it's important to know that as a man, as a father, as a husband, and as a friend, it's like I have no problem sitting and listen to my homie, talk to me in regards to anything that he's got going on. And it's like I don't think that's unusual. I feel like any man will stand for another man, understanding that we weigh a lot of weight on our shoulders. That's something that I we will never understand about women, and women will never understand about a man. And someone who's not a father, a husband, or a friend will never understand, because it's like I want to know that when at my weakest moment, I've got someone. I've got someone that's going to hold their hand out for me, no matter what kind of situation I'm in. And I want you to know, and I want my friends to know that I will be there. I will listen, because he
For
said it.
sure.
I would much rather listen to you than have to go to your funeral. And we've all
That's
been to
fair,
our
yeah, I
homies'
would
funerals,
rather
man.
deal with a week of you fucking being over dramatic crying, and then 2 weeks later, you're
Yeah,
like, "Bro, that was
yeah.
let's get fucked up." Like,
And
that was not
I think
me." That
that
was,
general stigma, or that idea that we have to be tough, it's like that's not wrong. That's not wrong. Men have to bear a
but you should
responsibility.
actually be tough, though.
But in order to be tough, you have to talk. You have to understand that, like, I wouldn't know what it takes to be tough if you and I didn't have great conversations. The amount of things that you and I have talked about in regards to life off camera. It's like I learn. I learn about what it takes
Yeah,
to be a strong man, and the only way to learn from that is, maybe from your fathers. I don't have one, at least not one that deserves the title. So it's
yeah.
like I don't know where to learn this stuff from. I never had a male role model in my life. So
It's like your
it's
father-in-law as you're an adult, and
you're
so you
right.
didn't
Why
the
why
programming as a
wouldn't
kid
we
you never had.
talk? That's it. So why wouldn't we talk?
Yeah.
And don't just talk to your other men. Talk to your women. They
Well,
want
I
to
think
listen to you
women
too. They want to be there for you.
most women are like I see a female therapist. I don't go as often as I used to because,
Mine was
Danny's are
female.
more my therapist, but I feel like, that's a little bit of a stigma too. I feel like a woman, their EQ is a little bit higher than most men, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, if your emotional side of things
It's
is
that
in line.
compassion.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is something that a father will never understand about a mother, and then the mother has a level of compassion that a man doesn't have. Okay, you don't have it. My wife knows how to console my son in a way that I laugh at him. Okay, he
You're like,
comes
"Quit
to me
being a
with an
bitch."
injury, and I'm like, ha ha ha, ha, and she's looking at me going like, how could you? Like, there's just a level of compassion that men don't have. That's why it takes a man and a woman and a village to raise the next generation. A man
Be
can't do it by
careful, you get us
himself.
canceled.
A woman can't do it by these are facts. These are facts. Women can't do it by themselves. Men can't do it by themselves. They have to do it together. And a man and a woman can't do it themselves. They need a community behind them to
Well, like,
raise the future.
I think you're gonna get the best end result without an adult who's gonna need some therapy. You're gonna need some working if that's the situation. If, let's say, you grow up like you and I, my dad was not around at all as a kid. When he was just drunk acting a fool, and even still as an adult, and now he's been sober for, like, the past month, but a month, and it's like, y y I've worked out of it, you know what I'm saying? You've worked out of it. Still got a little bit of shit here and there, but,
Oh yeah.
our emotional damage, we haven't brought the fucking damage with us so much because I think we're confident enough people, like, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks, and, like, if you the argument of being tough, most people will act tough. My kid does this all the time, and I tell them, it's like, "Quit acting tough." People like you, like, I look at you like you're a punk when you act that way, because if you try to perpetuate this, you throw this out there like you're tough, like what TV shows you or what fucking the world shows you, and then somebody checks you and you're really a bitch and you fucking are soft and you can't handle anything, no adversity, no issues, let alone getting beat up in a fight, or, you're not tough. So
We
so why not? I'd rather express myself, and if I'm emotional, whatever, but I'll handle shit. Like, I can get through life. I'm not gonna give up because 'cause I'm
And I
tough.
think that's because as we compared
Tenacity.
earlier, that man needs some kind of atrocity to bring us all together. It's like hardships make the stone. It's like I feel like we are who we are because of the shit that we had to go through. I seen what it's like to be at the bottom. I've been homeless. I've slept in some dark places. I've woke up in even darker places. And it's like I know what it's like to be alone, cold, afraid, and unsure of what tomorrow's gonna bring. Now, to be in a place like today where it's like, wow, 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 how my days are so bright. I'm surrounded by an incredible social system, a beautiful family. I got a roof over my head. I got an incredible job, great friends, and it's like, that hardship created us, and
100%.
it's almost like you need hard days to appreciate the good days.
Well, I always say that adversity makes the person, you know what I'm saying? The people I know, again, touch it back, like I said earlier, when I moved out to where I do now in a very privileged area, I was like the wealthy kid in my old hood. I had a above ground pool. That made me a baller, okay? Everybody lined up at my house, didn't matter what was going on in your life, they were at my house, and I had Hanukkah and Christmas, so your boy was out here getting it, okay? Just
Bang,
getting
gang.
it, baby. Now, they weren't great
Woo.
gifts, but I still was pulling shit out. Come out here, and it's a totally different situation. I am the straight up poor kid, like, poor, 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 and I'm like, "Oh, fuck. This is embarrassing," and the people here don't really know they've never had the adversities. You've got people here who, like, have offed themselves because their parents lost the house or they got a divorce, literally, and I've got a buddy I don't wanna get into details on that, but people over shit that I'm like, "What? That's nothing," and then I look at my shit and I'm like, "This is nothing either," because somebody else, again, in the Middle East or in Mexico or in a fucking another country where they're dealing with worse situations, like a cartel situation or a fucking, militia situation in Africa as a kid, you know what I'm saying? Way worse. So,
Yeah.
for me to
Yeah.
sit
Those
here and think that my shit's that bad is almost selfish and doesn't make sense. So, I think the same way for people who haven't dealt with it, but again, their feeling is justifiable because that's how they feel. They've never experienced the other shit. So to like it's a hard balance. I don't wanna shit on somebody, but they need to experience more to realize that pain they have is a scrape. It's not a scar. It's nothing. It'll be gone soon. You'll move
It's
past it,
gone. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. It's a small hump, some
Mhm.
small bump in the road rather than a mountain.
Fact.
Yep. 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 No, that's it.